So for a lens, a refracting surface, lens can be a converging lens, which is known as a convex lens, which converge all the light rays. At one point, converging lens or a convex lens is in detail for your course. Concave lens, the lens which scatter all the light rays when it passes through. That's called a diverging lens, which is also known as a concave lens. You don't have to learn the concave lens. Then image formed by a convex lens. Example, if the object is between the center of the lens and the principal focus. So example, the object is between the focus and center of lens. So first what happened? O is representing the position of object here. A parallel light ray. A parallel light ray, from where it will pass through? So if a light ray is parallel, it will pass through focus. You can see it is passing through focus. A second light ray, which is through the center of the lens, it will pass straight. So you can see the distance between the two light rays is increasing. So as the distance between the two light rays is increasing, when I draw an eye, or when you are observing from this side, you can only see the image when you observe from other side, in this case. So our imagination, imaginary line, our brain reproduce these lines. So as the brain reproduce these lines, the position where the two light rays appear to intersect imaginary line, that's a position where the image is formed. What are the characteristics of this image? Its image is virtual, magnified or enlarged, and it is upright. And this type of image is formed in a magnifying glass. Is it clear? This was just we discussed in the previous section. A second case, example, image formed by a convex lens. If object is at the focus, so if object is placed at the focus, imaginary line, the principal axis there, so parallel, it will pass through focus, one through optical center, it will pass straight, but they will intersect. Definitely you can see the distance between the lines is decreasing, so they will intersect, but it will intersect far away from the lens. The two light rays, it will intersect gradually, but it will intersect far away from the lens. So image will be formed at infinity. The term infinity means not in at a finite distance. It will form at infinite distance. Means the two light rays will intersect, but I cannot use a notebook to show that intersection because that's far away from the lens. So this will be real image, but it will formed at infinity, means far away from the object, far away from the lens. But the image will be real because that's formed by intersection of the lines. As it cannot be shown on the notebook or on this figure, because if I even continue the line, you can see these two lines will not intersect on the screen. It will take too much or longer length to draw and show the intersection. That's why we simply say it will be a real image, but it will formed at infinity or far away from the lens. The image will be larger, not object, image will be larger. Image is a thing what you will, the image will be larger or enlarged, but it will be a real image and it is inverted as well. So if an object is between f and 2f, so parallel light ray, it will pass through focus, one through optical center pass straight, the position where the light will intersect, that's the image. So you can see this image is real, it is magnified or enlarged, and it is upside down. So you can have different and this type of image is used in a projector or photographic enlarger. Means if you want to enlarge a photographs, we can use this image, this convex lens. When object is at 2f, image will also formed at 2f. It is real, same size, and upside down or inverted. When object is beyond 2f, after 2f, image will form between f and 2f. This will be real image smaller than object or diminished, you can say, and it is upside down. So real images which are formed by a convex lens are always upside down. Virtual image is upright. And what pattern you observe, you can see for real images, when the object is closer to the lens, image is away from the lens. When the object is moving away from the lens, image is forming closer to the lens and the size of image is decreasing. This is for diverging lens, it's not there. Only for converging lens is there. Is it clear, this concept? How the image is formed by a converging lens? Yes, I gave 3 examples, but you can have different examples depending on the position of the object. No, that's finished. Like how the image is formed by a convex lens, that part is done. Now some question related to so in this diagram shows a converging lens forming an image of an object. Which statement is correct about the image? Yeah, what's the right answer? Image is virtual and it can be seen by a eye at y. If your position is there, your imagination will create an image. This eye cannot see the image. So D is the right answer. It's a virtual image and can be seen by an eye at y. A converging lens is used as a magnifying glass to view an object. Which statement is correct? Question 3. D is the right answer. Converging lens as a magnifying glass. You can see the previous picture. This is a lens as a magnifying glass. So this image is always virtual. And the object is closer to the lens. The object is closer to the lens and image form away from the lens. So B is not the right answer, because in B it is written that image is near the lens than object. That's wrong. Image is far away from the lens as compared to object. An image is not in same size, it is magnified. Image is not inverted, it is upright. So the only correct answer is it is virtual. So D is the right answer. An image is formed by a plane mirror and second image is formed by a lens used as a magnifying glass. Which row state the nature of these images? Image formed by a plane mirror. Image formed by a plane mirror is also virtual. It's not real. An image formed by a magnifying glass is also virtual. How image formed by a plane mirror is a virtual image? Like if this is a plane mirror, and you place an object in front of the mirror, the light rays strike the surface and follow law of reflection, bounce back. So in reality, these two light rays will not meet. So when you look from the same side of the mirror, our imagination create these rays, extend these rays. So the point where these two light rays appear to intersect, that is the position where the image forms. But this is by our imagination, that's why it's a virtual image. And magnifying glass, image formed by magnifying glass is also virtual. So D is the right answer. So plane mirror and magnifying glass both result in a formation of virtual image, that is a similarity. But what is the difference? Plane mirror form the same size as image, same size as object, but magnifying glass produce a magnified or enlarged image as compared to object. The student draw the rays to represent the three rays from a point P. Each point label F is a principal focus. Which ray has student drawn correctly? The first one is parallel. So if it is parallel, it should pass through the focus. So he did correctly. One is through the center of the lens, so it should pass straight. That's also drawn correctly. But the third one is passing through the focus, so it should go parallel. So which one he drew correctly? Ray X and Z. So B is the right answer. Yes, Afif, you have a question? They will intersect with each other, but they did not complete the figure. The complete figure should be like this. One which is passing through the focus, a parallel passing through the focus, one passing through the center of the lens, and then one which is passing through the focus will go parallel. So they all will meet at one point. The position where these light rays will meet, that is the position where the image will form. So this is a wrong ray which is drawn. An object is placed in front of a converging lens. The lens has a focal length f. The lens produces a real enlarged image of the object. Which label is the object placed? A, B, C, or D? If I place a D, it will be a virtual image, but I need a real image. C is the right answer. Till focus, we always have a real image. So when we move the object closer to the lens, image will form away from the lens. So parallel light ray, it will pass through the focus, and one through the focus, it will. So these two light rays will intersect, but far away from the lens, and it will give a real and enlarged image of the object. But at D, so F is the last point where we get enlarged and real image. After point F, like within point F, it will be a virtual image. So C is the right answer for this. Which diagram shows how image of an object is formed on the screen of a converging lens? So it's a simple one. Look, if it is a parallel light ray, it should pass through focus, but they mention it is passing through 2F. So means this is totally wrong. It should not pass through the 2F, it should pass through F. A parallel light ray, it will pass through focus, but it's passing through 2F, so that's wrong. A parallel passing through focus, one through the center, so this is a right. This one, D is wrong. Why? Because it should go parallel, but they made it is passing through the focus. So C is the right answer. A thin converging lens form an image. What is the nature of image, and can it form on screen? Can it be formed on a screen?
Real, and yes, it can form.
So real image can be formed on screen. So it's a real, and yes, it can be formed on. If it's a virtual, then it cannot be formed on the screen. So D is the right answer. '27. Image formed by a plane mirror is upright. What are the other characteristics of the image? So it's laterally inverted, that's true. It's magnified, no. It's virtual, yes. So yes, no, yes. C is the right answer. A thin converging lens is used to produce on a screen a focused image of a candle. Various focus images are produced on the screen by moving the lens backward and forward. Which statement is always correct? The image is at principal focus of a lens. Image is bigger than the object. Image is closer to the lens. Image is inverted. If we are forming image on the screen, if we are forming a real image by the lens, what is always true? Which statement is always correct? D is the right answer. Real images formed by a convex lens are always inverted. That's always true. The image is closer to the lens. It depends on the position of the object. If object is away from the lens, image will be closer to lens. If object is closer to lens, image will form away from the lens. But D is always true, that the real image on the screen is always inverted.
But
Which
if we see from the other side,
what we see from other side?
what if we see from the other side?
Means you place your eye here.
Yes.
The question is, what is seen on the screen? Various focus images are produced on the screen. So which statement is always true for a screen? And when you look from other side, it will appear to be inverted image. The candle will appear inverted if
Yeah,
you're
okay.
observing this candle. But in reality, it's also there because the intersection of the rays. Question 30. Which diagram correctly shows the ray of a light passing through converging lens in a camera? So this is totally wrong because this does not give an idea that intersection of the light rays within the air. Why this is wrong? Because if it is parallel, it should converge at one point. Now, what could be the answer? So if it is passing through the center of the lens, it will pass straight. So C is the right answer. And look, you can also identify, as we know, the real images are always inverted on the lens. So either A can be answer or C can be answer, because in B and D, they make upright image, same as like object. So A can be answer or C can be answer. Why A cannot be an answer? Because they show intersection within the air. But actually, when it's passing through the center of the lens, it will pass straight. That's why C is the correct answer. Is it clear, the concept related to the lens, a convex lens? We'll do questions later. There are questions as well that we'll do later. But first, the multiple choice questions we discussed today. Okay, I'll end the session and share the recording with you.